All right, let's just jump right in with a question. And fair warning, this one might hit a little close to home. Sounds kind of harsh, right? But for Eckhart Tolle, one of the most influential spiritual teachers of our time, this isn't just some provocative idea. It's the core problem we all face. And to really get what he's talking about, to get his solution, you have to start with his story. Yeah, see, the story behind the power of now isn't what you might expect. It doesn't start with some wise sage meditating on a mountain. Nope. It starts with a guy who had hit complete and total rock bottom. Picture this. It's 1977. Eckhart Tolle is a 29-year-old grad student in London. Looks normal on the outside, right? But on the inside, he's just drowning. Drowning in anxiety, depression. And one particular night, it all became too much. It was, a breaking point. And look, this wasn't something that just came out of nowhere. It was the result of a whole life filled with pain. He grew up in post-war Germany, surrounded by conflict and fear. I mean, he played in bombed-out buildings. He said he could feel the pain in the very energy field of the country. Pretty heavy stuff. But here's the crazy part. Right there, at his absolute lowest point, something happened. Something totally unexpected. A huge inner shift that literally changed everything for him. So, in the middle of all this suffering, this one thought just keeps repeating in his head. I can't live with myself anymore. And then, bam, that thought sparks this incredible question. He thinks, wait a minute. If there's an I and a self that I can't live with, are there two of me? Who is the I, and what is this self? And that was it. That was the big light bulb moment. He realized that the self he hated, the one causing all the pain, it wasn't really him. It was a fake identity, something his mind just made up. Like a character built out of old regrets, worries about the future, and just that constant, nonstop voice in your head. And as soon as he saw that, the difference between his true self and this made-up self, the whole thing just collapsed. Poof, it just dissolved. There was nothing left to keep it going. So the next morning, he wakes up, and he's not that depressed student anymore. He's nobody in particular. There was just this incredible feeling of peace, a stillness. He realized that peace was always there, underneath all the noise. The self was just blocking it. And that one night, that incredible experience, became the core of everything he would go on to teach. It's the simple but powerful message that's reached millions of people. The power of now. So what Tolle teaches really comes down to this one major difference. You've got the mind, which is always busy creating pain, right? It's always stuck in the past or stressing about the future. But then you have what he calls being. That's your real essence, the peaceful part of you. And the only way to access it is right here, right now. And for Tolle, that's the whole spiritual journey in a nutshell. It's not about adding something to yourself or becoming a better person. It's about subtraction. It's about freeing yourself from your mind so you can find that peace that's already inside you. Okay, so this is where it gets a little tricky. Because I bet right now a little voice in your head is going, all right, this all sounds wonderful. Peace, stillness, great, but how do you actually do it? And that's the question everybody asks, right? We want the instruction manual, the step-by-step guide to get to this amazing place called the now. I saw this brilliant analogy from a Reddit user that just nails it. They said, we treat enlightenment like we're building IKEA furniture. We think if we just follow the instructions perfectly, we can assemble ourselves a nice, peaceful mind. And that's the big paradox, isn't it? The tool we're trying to use to find the present moment, our thinking mind, is the one thing that's never in the present moment. It's always off somewhere else. It's literally like trying to put out a fire with a can of gasoline. It just doesn't work. See, here's the secret. You don't enter the now. It's not some place you have to travel to. It's the only place you've ever actually been. The whole practice is just about stopping the constant stream of thoughts that cover it up. And when you stop, you suddenly realize, oh, I'm already here. So, if trying is the problem, what's the solution? What can we actually do? Well, it turns out it's not about some huge, massive effort. It's all about tiny, simple moments of awareness. So let's talk about a few super simple ways in. First, just for 1 second, can you be aware of this moment? That's it, 1 second. That's a great start. Or try this. Bring your attention into your body. Right now, can you feel your body sitting in the chair? Another one is to focus on the doing, not the outcome. Whatever you're doing, put all your attention into the action itself, not what you hope to get from it. When you do that, when you just focus on the action without being obsessed with the result, you're doing what Tolle calls consecrated action. And this is a really ancient idea. It's basically karma yoga from the Bhagavad Gita. Do your part and let the outcome be what it's going to be. And hey, speaking of doing your part, if any of this is clicking for you, taking just a second to like and comment really does help other people find this explainer too. So thank you for that. Okay, so this brings us to what might be Tolle's most powerful and, let's be honest, most difficult teaching. He says that it's when things go really wrong in life, like you're dealing with illness or loss, that's actually when you're closest to a major breakthrough. And the key, the one step he says can turn that pain into gold, is surrender. It's not giving up. It's just a complete and total acceptance of what is happening in this very moment. So that brings us full circle. Back to you. If you could just press pause on that little voice in your head, just for a moment, and just be here in the stillness of now, what do you think you would find? Thanks for diving into this with me.